By the time the Omugwo period was up and her mother left, Nene sighed in relief. Finally, I can rest from all her shouting. Obasi was shocked. Rest? Nene, are you dreaming? Don't you know the baby is your responsibility now? Nene shrugged. I know now, but I will manage. It's not that hard. Well, she said that on a Monday, but by Wednesday, she had forgotten the baby's bath water on the fire and slept off. Reality came with full force now that Nene was alone with her baby. She tried chewing gum to stay awake, but after a while, she would chew and still sleep. One night, she put her feet inside cold water, but slept off and kicked off the bucket. What of loud music? She slept through the bars like a rock. She continued to patch her way through motherhood until one day when her fellow sleeping ministers pushed her off the cliff. Obasi came home that evening to find her asleep on the sofa with her phone ringing under her cheek. He tapped her. Nene, how long have you been sleeping? Nene opened one eyes, rubbed it and said, I don't know. When you left this morning, I just said let me rest small. You have been sleeping since morning, Nene. What of the baby? Oh, he was beside me. He crawled away small, but he will come back. Obasi looked around. Crawled away? Where is he now? Nene sat up, looked left, looked right, and froze. Jesus, my baby, oh! They both rushed round the house calling, Junior, Juju, come here, Bobo, Papa. But Junior was nowhere in sight. Obasi started panicking. He ran to the kitchen, and that was when he screamed, Nene, come here! Nene came running, and when she entered the kitchen, her mouth opened wide. The baby had decorated the entire kitchen. There was rice on the floor. Beans were scattered like petals on the floor. Garri was floating in water on the tiles. And in the middle of it all was baby Junior, sitting proudly inside a bag of flour, like it was his swimming pool. His whole body was white, his nose, his hair, even his eyebrows. It was as if he had joined a masquerade camp. Then Obasi noticed him crawling towards a small red container. Ah, Pepe! Obasi dived like goalkeeper and snatched it just before Junior dipped his hand inside. He picked the baby up and rushed to the bathroom. Then he turned to Nene. You were sleeping through all this? Nene covered her mouth. I didn't hear anything. I think I must have slept too deep. Oh. Obasi couldn't talk again. He bathed the baby, dressed him quickly, and stormed out with Junior in hand. Where are you going? Nene asked. To the hospital. What if he swallowed something dangerous? But please now, let me follow you. No. Stay right here and continue sleeping. With that, he slammed the door and left. At the hospital, Obasi was pacing back and forth like a madman. The nurse came out and said, Sir, your baby is fine. He just had a little flaw in his ear. Obasi almost cried in relief. Thank you, Jesus. Meanwhile, back at home, Nene was sweating under the air conditioner. She was fully alert now. I've messed up. I have really messed up. Oh. She tried calling Obasi, but his number was switched off. And when he returned later that night, he didn't even greet her. He walked past her and dropped the baby on the bed. Then he stood with his arms folded. Nene ran to him. Obasi, I am very sorry, please. Sorry? Sorry? You were sleeping while my son was in danger. Would you be saying the same sorry if something had happened to him? I I know, I was just tired. I tried to stay awake. I even chewed gum. Obasi pointed at her angrily. Nene, I have tried though. I have closed one eyes, even closed the two eyes for you. But today, my eyes opened. Obasi, please now, I am really sorry. Nene, I can't trust you anymore. You don't have any sense of responsibility. This house is not a playground. Tears rolled down Nene's cheeks. I will do better. I will change. I promise. I have heard that before. Now, tomorrow morning, you will pack your things and go back to your mother's house. I need space to think. Ah, Obasi, you can't send me away with the baby now. And who says I am sending you with him? I am sending you alone. He is safer here with me. Nene knelt down begging. Obasi, please, don't do this. You are my husband. But he turned and walked out. Nene sat on the floor crying until she slept off. She slept in that position all night. By morning, Obasi had packed her bag for her, placed her phone and small cash on top. I already called a keke for you, and I informed your mother too. Nene stood outside her house with swollen eyes. She looked up at the sky and shook her head. So this is how my marriage ends, because of sleep. She entered into the keke slowly like a defeated warrior and kept sniffing the whole ride. The keke driver didn't even ask what was wrong. He just increased his music volume to avoid drama. When she arrived at her mother's compound, she came down quietly, wiped her eyes, and knocked on the gate. Mama, it's me, your daughter. From inside the house, Mama Nene shouted, go back to your husband. This is my own husband's house. Mama, he sent me away. Good, then go back and beg him. Nene was shocked. She shouted even louder, Mama, I don't have anywhere to go. Just let me in for today. I can sleep on the floor. Of course, you can sleep on the floor now. That is your favorite place. Mama, please, I have changed. Her mother opened the door slightly. Really? So, how many hours have you stayed awake today? Nene looked down. About 2.5. Then come back when you reach 6 hours, she said, and slammed the gates. Nene stood there like a chicken caught in the rain. She looked left, looked right, sat on her bag and began to cry. God, I am finished though. Even my own mother chased me away. Where will I go? She wandered for hours like a refugee. That night, she found a wooden bench outside one local mama put joint and sat there. She tried to sleep, but for the first time in her life, sleep refused to come. The ground was too hard and the night was too cold. Mosquitoes even formed a choir above her head. She covered herself with a wrapper and promised, if I survive this night, I swear I will change. Morning soon came and Nene looked like Nanny McPhee. Her eyes were swollen, her hair scattered like barbed wires, and her lips cracked. As she dragged herself along the road, she noticed a wooden signboard near a gate. Night security guard wanted, no sleeping, standing job, 12-hour shifts. She blinked twice. No sleeping. Now wow. She almost walked past it, but something pulled her back. She turned and read it again. No sleeping. She looked up at the sky. God, are you saying something to me? Is this what they call divine punishment? But then she sighed. Well, maybe this is what I need though. She knocked on the gate and a tall man with a wide stomach came out. Who you dey find? I saw the sign. I want to apply. The man looked at her from head to toe. You want to be security? You dey craze? I am serious. I can do it. I need this job, please. The man looked suspicious. You look like person wey fit do night duty. Nene raised her hand. I promise I can do it. After some questioning and one tiny interview in the manager's office, they gave her a shirt, a whistle, and a flash torch that looked like it came from 1972. Your shift starts tonight, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. No sitting down, no nodding, no dozing. If you sleep for 1 second, you are gone. That night, Nene arrived early. She wore her uniform and stood at the gate like a soldier. The first 3 hours were fine. She even whistled well and paced back and forth confidently. But by midnight, wahala began. Her legs were vibrating and her eyes were blinking like faulty traffic lights. She started singing to stay awake. She danced and marched around. She chewed bitter cola. She slapped herself. She put her feet in cold water. By 3 a.m., she started praying loudly, "Lord, hold my eyelids, arrest my backbone, slap me if I bend." At one point, she even tied a rubber band to her hand and kept snapping it to feel pain. Some night guards from the next compound came to mock her. "See, Madam Security, oh, how far now?" But Nene hissed, "Face your shift. I am not here for nonsense, please." One of them laughed and said, "Who even give you touch? You see any woman for here?" But Nene didn't reply.